And
so they've been in this kitchen.
They've been right here where you're at.
Who are they? Give me the whole list of people.
Lord, ain't you paying attention?
No, we didn't have the camera on.
Taylor Hicks, Jack Maxwell, who's Bruce Traveler, Rita Braver, Good Morning America, and the Food Channel. I don't know.
Now you've had us.
I forgot. Now you and a lot more.
I'm going to send more people down here.
So anyway,
Everybody should do this.
Here's what happened.
Just don't do it on Sunday.
So Sunday morning, Good Morning America's on Sunday morning. Well, so we stayed home from church and watched it air. Well, before that program was over, and they never give a telephone number or nothing. See, this is what drives me crazy with the internet. And I know everything about you. And
I know about you. From
my phone, I know it, and my phone started ringing. And it's from then on, it's never hardly stopped. I've got it off the hook right now, or you couldn't talk. And hi, we'd like to order a cake. I said, well, that's how it's going, because I did not know. My life took a complete turn. I mean, a complete turn to change. And I want to say it's for the better, because I love people, I love to cook, and I love to do what I'm doing. But when you order a cake, I've got them ready to go in the morning. I box cakes, and I write each address individually on the box. I do my invoices individually on the box. They'll say, how much do we owe you? I said, well, I'll send you a bill later, because I don't know what your postage is. I mean, everything changed. And I put the phone down, write down another address. I was like, hi, we want to order chocolate cake. I said, well, what have I got into? So that's...
How many cakes have you made? Do you know?
That's right. No.
Just checking. Yeah, that felt nice.
Almost. No.
Thousands?
Yeah, probably.
When did you ship your first cake? When did someone call? How long has that been
You
going
won't
on?
know when I shipped my first cake?
Yeah. But you got to put it on a boat to get it out of here, right?
Oh, yeah, I told you that.
Right.
Everything.
I'm just trying to think of what
We
happens.
have no
Someone from
drones.
Kansas orders a cake from you, and they call, and you
I've
say,
got
okay.
one going to a hiking trail. Where is that? In Colorado, I think. What's on the box? It's the first one.
Steamboat Springs.
Steamboat
Colorado.
Springs, okay.
And I forgot. And the second one is, what's the second one? They go far away.
Bake to order.
New Hampshire.
Oh, I'm from New
She
Hampshire.
knows them. Yeah, she knows everybody.
Then I've got one going to
Maybe I know them.
Illinois.
Illinois. Yeah, it's just they're all over the place.
Did you send one to Okinawa?
That's what I'm getting ready to tell.
Sorry.
Hey, Anita's here. Anita's
Somebody's
here.
prompted me. Somebody's
Yeah.
prompted me.
So my boy, my third son, we've got 4 children, and
Anyway.
these has got to come out. So I'm gonna put them here.
I got to get out of the way.
Do you smell them?
That was that time, or she was talking about?
And I bet that top of them still ain't done.
I've never seen like a top
Countertop.
heat pan that's this long.
I love this.
Yeah, it's big enough for all 8 trays.
A heat pan.
You're
I put this on
Right.
here because my countertop's cracking. I need a new countertop.
well, you've had a lot of hot pans on. This will protect that. That's
Yeah,
this is
that's why I
smart.
put it on there.
But I mean, it's also smart. But they
Oh,
usually
I
come
like her.
this big. They don't usually come for 8 pans. So this is uniquely made for you.
I made it.
I bet you did.
Oh, did you really?
No.
No,
I was like, wow.
you make everything on this
Now, I
island.
could. When COVID started, I made 13 queen-size quilts for every child and grandchild and in-law that is my family.
How
Wow.
many's that?
13. 13.
All right.
Lucky number 13.
It's almost as many people as they have on the island. Anita, you been in this kitchen before?
No, sir.
All right.
Remember,
Then good. I've taken you to someplace you've never
Remember.
done today.
my mother's family looked from the other part.
Whose daughter are you?
Jeanette's.
Jeanette.
Jeanette's. Yes, ma'am.
Jeanette Tyler.
Miss Marietta, yes, ma'am.
Well, if I ain't the champ. Oh.
I was going to tell you later.
Yeah, well, they told me you're Miss Levy's granddaughter, but I was getting ready to ask you whose
Jeanette's.
child were you? Jeanette's. Well,
That's been a day or two.
that it has. Well, welcome back to your room.
I've known Anita since 1979. And since 1979, she's wanted to bring me, not to Smith Island, but to Crisfield. I don't think she thought I was boat worthy to come over here. So I didn't know about Smith Island.
I was a little feared.
But she told me about Crisfield in 79, 80, 81, 82, and then I kept her around after high school. So she's been down here all these years, so she's a big part of this. So we got her on the
That's
boat and
good.
brought her over.
Oh, good.
And she said that she knew people that you would know, so it didn't take long.
Yeah, no, it didn't. That's a chance. So anyway, she asked me about the first one I mailed. My third son was in the Marines, and he got stationed in Okinawa for a year. And so he called, and he was so homesick, I could hear it in his voice. That was Jamie, Billy Joe. And he said, I know if I was home, I could smell a chocolate cake or bake, you know. And I thought to myself, I wonder if I could mail one. I weren't doing all this then like I do now. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna mail him a cake. So I got ready, made a cake, wrapped it in a ton of bubble wrap, and shipped it on. And it got there in one piece. It was one little corner bent on the side, and I hadn't got to the point of really practicing or toying around with wrapping and packing. I mean, who in the world knows?
I thought the
I was
icing
gonna be
would have
doing all
melted.
this. Nothing.
No.
Well, it was winter.
Okay,
In case
fine.
you forgot, Christmas, cold.
Not in Okinawa.
I guess they ain't cold
Probably
every
92
time.
and sunny there. I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, he got it. He was in photography, and he was sharing with the Japanese, and the Japanese said, giant pancake with chocolate on it. So we had that as a little treat.
I'm gonna get out of your way.
Now you're going to help put this together.
I gotta wash my hands again. It's COVID.
So how many of you? I need,
This is just like being at my Aunt Jane's house, soft water, my favorite.
I need 5 volunteers to help put a layer on.
Me.
Aubrey, Barry,
I'll take one.
It's 2.
Jimmy, go ahead.
Jimmy,
Come on, Michelle.
Michelle.
I want the
Michelle?
chef in the house to do it. Right here.
But you need to learn how to cook.
I want
Could you Randy. please teach her how to boil water?
Jimmy
It's a simple
Beecher,
thing that you
his
like.
stuff up there. I know.
My daughter-in-law. So it's 1 pound bag any kind of powdered sugar. Well, Billy Joe's watching. I know you're learning my techniques. Billy Joe gets cakes from me.
It does look like crepes.
And
Are
this
you a
is
volunteer?
Yeah.
All right.
this is a half a cup.
All right. And a little more. That's cocoa.
This is Hershey's cocoa.
All right.
Which is, I like Hershey's better. Now I'm gonna have to have my space to
Oh,
get
sure. Where
going.
you want me to be?
Get on this side.
I like that her jacket says Smith Island Cake Lady.
Yeah, that's what I am.
All right.
Evaporated
How
milk.
much milk?
That's 1 cup.
No.
Half cup. Sorry, it's a half cup.
You don't pay attention.
And you know what else you can do with this?
That's why she puts extra. Because it goes everywhere.
You stir like my wife. You make a mess, and then I have to
Oh,
clean it up.
if you could see this kitchen at the end of the day, looks like a bomb's going
And how
off.
does it taste afterwards, huh?
Delicious.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You don't have to make a mess to make it taste good.
Sure you do.
Look, we're messing this when I finish.
Mess rhymes with Ness. That's me.
Now, Marietta, do you make all your cakes right here?
Yep.
You did have one right here.
And I do them every one by myself. I don't have any assistant. And Dwight,
Well, Duke's
Duke,
not in here, but Duke told me he did all the work
Duke does
last
my
night.
shopping. He's my legs. He does all my shopping.
Can I ask you what's better, this or the crab cake on this island? Which is going to be better?
I don't know. I make them do.
All right, good. I want to see you make a crab
Let me
cake.
tell you why I don't know. I'm allergic to seafood.
Oh,
I've never
no.
tasted one of those crab cakes. That's number 1.
Really?
Diabetic.
Do you eat your own cake?
I do,
On occasion.
All right,
but
okay.
it's not good for me.
I'm
Let's take
diabetic.
care of
Okay,
It's
so
okay,
let
I'm
me tell
diabetic
you a
too.
secret. So this recipe, which I just shared with you, and that don't look like chocolate, but it will when I finish with it. It's
Okay, turn it
actually
up.
good.
Okay, here we go. Butter.
Butter makes everything better.
Yeah, it does.
You put butter or cream in anything, you win. And this has kind of both.
Whole stick of butter,
How much cream was it?
half a cup.
Half cup.
I was testing. Mary.
This isn't Jeopardy, man. I'm not, come on now.
Dude.
Don't ask me the tough questions. I just know how to eat it. Write the recipe down. We'll have it later.
This is your cake.
That's a lot of butter. I was just saying. That's a lot of butter.
Are you on a diet?
I'm picking up weight. And it's because I'm
Lord.
spending time with people like you.
So what I was going to tell you, this is a double recipe. You can cook this a minute or 2 longer than when I cook it, put a great big spoon of peanut butter in it, have a dish all greased, and you got a good pan of fudge.
Aubrey likes that idea.
Yeah, I do. I love
It's,
it.
it's quick.
Very quick.
Yeah.
So we're a cooking
My mom
family.
makes
You
that
know,
all
we
the
do a
time.
lot of cooking. You know, my son and his wife do a lot of cooking. Jen and I do a lot of cooking. So
That's good.
we watch a lot of cooking channels. I'm learning about slurries and crab cakes and what goes in them and what doesn't. And
Let
who
me give
fries
you
them.
this, y'all.
Go ahead.
So I had a group out here a couple months ago, I guess. It was Kate, something and Nate, Kate and Nate. I don't know.
Oh,
it was a YouTube.
Kate. Yeah, Kate. and-
And who?
Right. It
Nate,
used to be
Kate,
John
and
and-
Nate.
It used to be John
They
and
live
Kate
in a
plus 8.
car. They live in a little trailer, and they
No,
go
maybe
all
it's not
over the
the same.
place, and they do YouTube.
Okay.
And they come out here and ask me, could they do it? Well, in the middle of this, she said, you should have a charcuterie board. Well, I didn't know, I'd never heard that word in my life. I said, what the devil are you talking about? You've made that up. Well, that went, oh, I didn't know they were filming. That went everywhere.
Oh,
jeez.
So what was bought me last week was a taco-long beef charcuterie board.
Now you have something to eat
The
meat off. Eat
charcuterie
meats and
board.
cheeses, right?
Charcuterie.
What did you call it before? A board with meat and cheese.
Nothing, I
That's what
just
would
called
call
it
Cheese platter.
a
cheese platter.
Yeah,
cheese
like a meat
platter
platter,
or
right.
a
Antipasti.
Like a deli
hors
platter.
d'oeuvres.
Antipasto. There you go.
Who cares? Everything's got
It's
a
got
name.
cheese, it's fine.
I love your accent. It's almost a little Scottish. They told me it would be. The people in Ocean City told me people here spoke funny, and I'm like, really? How can Ocean City people tell me that? You know, it's. But I've understood every word you said. So I
See,
appreciate
that's good. Yeah, and I've understood
I
you.
like it. If I spent a couple days here, I'd have your accent. It'd be
You
fun.
probably
Then we
would.
go home, that'd
And
be
we've got a long draw A, you know, like what am I trying to think of the word? Out and down, out for O-U-T, out.
That's kind of Canadian.
And I don't know, but they say
Well, they say both.
they say we.
Same.
British,
I'll tell you a funny story. They said we pitched here from England. Our ancestors is from Cornwall and Wales, England. And I'm not too sure that's not where the small layered cakes come from. You know, they're famous for the torte. But every October, and this is my theory, every October they always for the school had a PTA social for Halloween. And every woman's supposed to make a cake. So one year, a lot of them didn't make it, and they said, well, we had a cakewalk. Are you familiar with a cakewalk? It's a big circle drawn in the floor, another circle drawn inside that, squared off, and you put a number in each circle. And you give me a quarter or 50 cents, whatever it was. And you would stand on this circle and you'd walk and they'd play music. So when they'd stop the music, you had to stand on the number, they'd pick the number. Well, somebody was in the middle of the circle holding up a cake, and you win the cake. It's called the cakewalk. So this one year, you following me? Am I talking too fast?
I've
this
heard
is
the
great.
term. What is a cakewalk? A cakewalk is something that's easy.
Right.
Right, but go ahead.
So anyway, this one year, so a lot of the women didn't make their cakes. So what did they do? I said, well, this is our big fundraiser, you know. I said, we'll cut the cake in half. So when they cut the cake in half, somebody years ago, just like on the box, they used to be thick layers. Every weekend, every Saturday, the women had, now this is truth, beefsteak, onions and gravy, mashed potatoes, hot Easter, white Saturday evening supper, and about everybody on the island cooked it. The women would make a cake, and they would have that for Sunday to pass to the people that come because they visited after church. See, all that's done away with now. It's all this goes on.
Right.
Internet and all that. Anyway,
So Sunday cake.
it was a Sunday cake that every home had one. They wanted something to pass to their friends if they stopped by with a cup of coffee.
Well, we stopped by on Sunday morning for your cake.
You'll get it.
Well, here we are.
So anyway, going back to this cake, and so if they made any more than 3 to 4 layers, they would take the cake and put it in a little dish, and along with your Saturday evening supper, they'd say, here's a sample of the cake. You didn't touch the big cake till Sunday. So you got a little sample. So they'd cut a wedge, and you'd have that go with your Saturday evening supper. So back to the cakewalk, when they cut that in half, here was one, they said, who in the devil made that cake? Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, it had 6 layers. Don't know who it was, don't know nothing about it. But I believe it became a competition among the women. Well, she makes 6. I bet I make 6. I bet I make 7. I bet I make 8. 9, whatever. And you said, I've seen them with 16 layers. That ain't a slice of cake. You want it to fit on.
Your 8's your magic number.
Yeah, 8's me.
All right.
I tried mine, I didn't like the looks of it, went back there. I like a little bit of cake with my filling.
Right on.
If they're too thin, you get a lot of
Kinda like
filling
crab
and no cake.
Kind of like a crab cake, right?
So, yeah, so Dwight, he said, Mary said, I really like the 8 layers better because you can taste the cake along with the, whatever. You can use banana, strawberry, coconut, pineapple, orange glaze, cookies and cream, almond joy, red velvet, oh Lord,
Yes,
the list is endless.
yes.
Lemon cream. It's-
More of everything.
yeah.
But today we're doing chocolate. We're going traditional.
This is the state dessert. See, it's starting to look like chocolate now. This is almost it.
I want to get a strawberry and dip it in there.
I'm not gonna.
All right.
Ordinarily, I would.
They don't
but
grow
I
them on
don't.
the island. You have to ship those over.
Oh, that-
What else? What do they grow on this island? Any?
Figs, pomegranates, tomatoes, and herbs.
All right.
Everybody's got an herb garden. That's about it. Ain't
What
no-
else do you cook besides
You
cake?
ain't
Like,
got-
like if I were coming over for like a dinner and you were gonna make me, would you make me pork chops, chicken? What do you cook? And-
If you love seafood, I would probably have surf and turf. I'd have a little filet mignon, either some crab balls or a filet of fish stuffed with crab meat on the top. Something like that.
All right.
Wintertime, you get fried oysters or an oyster pie, clam.
oyster pie.
Oyster
We're all
pie.
looking at each other. We never heard oyster pie.
Oyster pie, delicious.
What's in it?
Oysters.
And pie.
It's like a meat pie, but with oysters.
It's, you make a crust, you bake the crust. While that's baking, you take a quart of oysters in their liquor and you poach them and you put a stick of butter, a little bit of minced onion, a little bit of parsley, a little bit of dill, a little bit of Old Bay, of course.
So it's kind of like a
I'm
oyster
finished.
Rockefeller kind of thing, but in a
No,
pie.
you want to know about this pie?
Go ahead.
Well, listen.
Go ahead.
And then you take a stick of butter and you put in a stick of butter and heavy cream and you take it off the fire because the cream will curdle. And then you take a serrated spoon, put the oysters on top of the baked crust, and you have another crust that goes on top of that. Dab it with butter, put it back in the oven, and
So
you
cream,
reserve some
butter,
of your
oyster.
You don't let me finish.
No, I'm trying to think
And
what the profile
and
is.
then you reserve some of your cream, and then you put it in a dish and pour your cream over it, and you have your oysters.
I need to get a picture of it on the internet. All right.
Delicious.
It's like a chicken pot pie,
Right, that's what I was
but it's
thinking.
oyster based.
Yeah.
But there's no peas in it or potatoes,
No.
nothing
Just
like
oysters.
that.
Some people do put a little piece of potato just to kind of, if you don't have enough oysters,
Fill
so
it in.
kind of like a filler to stretch it.
Okay.
Okay, so you see this chocolate? Now this is gonna go fast. So it's when this bubbles around the edge of this pan, and I like a non-stick pan. And then you're out of the way. And why
I've been in a way since I got here.
Why am I doing that?
I don't know.
So it doesn't
So it
come off the
doesn't,
plate.
yeah.
That's baker's oil. Now
And it
here,
doesn't taste
here's
like
how
it.
you
Tastes
get
like
it
the
out.
plate.
That's done. You see the bubbling?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Here's how it comes out of the pan. I'm going to do the first 2 layers. Then the 5 volunteers is going to do a layer. Then I do the top layer to finish it off.
I'm not the
Okay?
first volunteer. Yell at one of them. Don't yell at me.
See these fingers?
Yell at my kid. I brought him for you.
I'm gonna listen. You're not gonna yell at me.
Okay. Take your fingers, go under the edge of the layer, and when you get under there, you span them out. So that's like a fan that holds it.
They are like little pancakes.
They're big pancakes. You ain't gonna eat a pancake that big.
I've been to
Seen
Hash
bigger.
Asagoga.
Yeah, that's exactly what
I
it
guess
is.
IHOP's is that big though, ain't they?
Nah, I used to take my mom to the IHOP all the time. My mom would have loved you. Yeah, my mom would have been all about this. Anita, would my mom like Marietta?
You know what I've learned?
Look at
Yes,
this.
sir.
Look at how perfect it is.
Okay, there's layer 1.
Oh my god.
Now, okay, now pay attention. Layer 2, here it comes.
It's just their anniversary. 6 years ago today, they got married. So
I know,
you're
you
making
told
them
me.
an anniversary
All right.
cake.
Oh, look at that.
Second layer, now this is important. You go around the edge with your fingers because your icing is what holds that together.
It's the glue.
That's your glue. Okay. Now here, I mailed these to my grandkids. I'm baking cute. I got 6 grandchildren, and the daddy don't want them. One of them's chunky. Here, but don't do that. It's where the butter drops.
Oh, yeah.
That's better than the icing. I mean, than the
The butter's better than the batter.
better. Better. That's
And you
delicious.
can't use too much filling because we got to have enough filling in here to, who's gonna be first? two.
Aubrey.
I'll go first.
Aubrey.
Alright. Lord.
And this is not the Leaning Tower of Pisa when you get.
I know, it's gonna be all like,
This is your cake. I don't want it messed up.
alright,
Put your hand.
got him.
I'm trying to get her accent, but I can't get it. It's gonna take me a
Hand,
while.
hand,
Hand.
hand.
Okay.
This hand
Oh.
is just this hand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that. Perfect.
There's a lot of pressure if I screw this up at the end.
And you don't want to press in the middle because it
Okay.
pushes your cake down. You're fine.
And then I don't know how much of this to put on.
I'll tell you. More than that. More than that. Just a little bit. That's enough. If it's too much, I'll pull it off because we got that enough to do.
This is the part that freaks me out.
This
the
is the
most.
part where you have to hold on to this. If you don't, it'll fall on the floor. Ask me how I know that answer. Colleen was here and I went to go pick it up and I was doing this and then this and talking. Yep, hold on just a minute. And I went to go pull the knife and whole cake in the trash.
It's because it's baker's glue. You had the knife stuck to it.
You look like you're doing it pretty well. I'm not going to be critical at all.
Doing
You're gonna
okay,
hand it to me,
except
so-
don't keep going over and over your chocolate because it thickens it.
Okay.
You're thinning it out.
Pull it to the side. Every edge of this outer edge has got to be touched with chocolate to hold the next layer. That's good. You're doing good.
Have you ever used the spinner? Have you ever tried to use?
Yeah, I
Do
don't
you
need
not
it.
like them?
I don't need it because
No,
this is
shoot.
slippery, but I've got them.
I didn't know-
I've got had it.
I'm sure
I'll
you have
give it to
everything.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even have to buy it. They give them to me. They think I need it.
Do you like my
Good
son
job.
better than me? Everybody does.
I ain't passing no judgment.
Well, you know.
Get me in trouble. You remind me of my orthopedic doctor. Who's next?
I'm gonna go next. So
Are you
underneath,
left-handed?
I'm not left-handed.
Why are you using your left hand?
Just something new.
Because he didn't want to pay attention to you. He doesn't listen. He's my son.
I listened.
Oh, you cracked it.
I didn't crack it. It's the inside.
If you
She's
crack
doing
it,
the
you
top.
can put it back together with glue.
That's
You
the
screw. Yeah, I just put the chocolate right there.
This is my reward for going first.
Right, there we go.
I watched her do this. I was watching.
More than that.
That about good?
That looks about right. If it ain't, you can pull some more.
You know, on the internet, they take a cake like this and they would shoot the whole video, make it like 30 seconds. Boop, 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 and then the cake comes out. Here, we're just taking our time a little bit.
That ain't matter to me. I ain't going to.
Look at you. I mean, you got a future in pastry work here, dude.
Made a few cakes in my life. I've never made a Smith Island cake. This is.
I bet you
On
will.
Smith Island.
Are you going to?
I don't know that it's gonna be anything like this one,
I'm a
but I'm gonna
terrible
try.
Probably would. Just get your pans all the same size. I do like these are Wilton, but I don't like the dark pampered chef pans and all that.
Jen, you're up.
Next layer.
Here I come. Good job, baby.
You gotta have it on them edges.
All the edges.
All the edges.
Feel accomplished today. Nice little bit.
You did very good, except for push wipe your spatula.
Didn't you grab it from the top, or did you grab underneath the same way?
Did you not wipe?
I'm trying to figure because they were all doing it the same way, and I'm like,
You don't pay attention.
I thought it was like a different kind of flip.
Did you see your edges?
Oh.
No.
Like a hawk.
Well, I want it turned out because you're all cake, so I want it to be right.
Is that enough?
No. And you see how it chocolate's a thickening up, no pressure, but you need to hurry.
Is that enough?
Yep.
Is this your favorite thing to bake, or do you have other specialties?
Well, I can do East rolls and pies and stuff. I can bake pretty much anything because I just love to cook, so it doesn't matter. When I do the meals for the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, they get a full course like turkey dressing, mashed potatoes, baked corn. It's corn pudding. We call it baked corn pudding. And,
Love corn pudding.
like a broccoli casserole, hot East rolls, and 2 Smith Island cakes. That would be their meal. Okay.
Guys okay?
Good. Yeah, very good.
Looks good,
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, clear up.
It is inordinate.
I didn't do that either.
Oh,
It's
his
terrible. It's
fingers
terrible
and
pressure.
all. It's just like my daddy's. Dad lost his finger.
Michelle lost her finger. See, we have the same
It
finger
was
missing.
bad
And
with
we
you
grew up
two.
together.
We grew up
I know.
together.
And
Mine's
now
been
I
gone
live
since
here.
73.
That's how, yeah.
Okay,
You
so
might
you
be
get
a
your
little
hand
bit-
under it and okay, so it's like a giant pancake. I got it. All right,
Yeah.
you can take that.
I like that you don't waste it.
They're easy to handle.
You glue it down.
Good job,
Don't touch the middle. And then you have to do this. You got to work
No,
on
we
it.
don't do much of that because that thickens it.
Okay, so I
I
want
want
it.
it thin so it'll be shiny.
That's not nearly enough.
No pressure, but hurry up.
All right, there we go. Haven't had one of these since.
Okay.
Don't all come look at me, man. You're all putting pressure. Look the other way. Look at. There's a bird out the window. Go look at it. It's an
You had
egret.
3
It's
other
beautiful.
chances to watch. And
Yes, I hate to say this, buddy, but you look like you're a little on the constipated side right now.
Well, I'm assuming the
Reminds me
position.
of a football player.
She told me. She told me I have to hurry.
I was gonna say you're making a cake, not a prostate
Hold on.
exam here.
I'm doing a really, really lousy job of this.
No, you're doing all right.
It's not pretty though.
It will
You
be.
had to get covered up.
That's a good point. It covers. Yeah, that's.
it'll still take.
That's
long
why
as
I
we
picked
don't
the
do the
middle
top.
layer, so I could completely.
Nestor, she knew not put you on the last layer.
No, but I do that.
All right, who's doing the next layer? Anita,
Sir?
you gonna do a layer or you not?
No, sir.
No. All right, then we're not.
Who's the next player?
Michelle.
Yeah,
Michelle's doing it.
fun.
I make cakes. I
I am
need
not.
to make another one.
Cook, I am not.
I love baking, but I'm terrible at it.